guys, it's Kai and Fi. Welcome back to my channel. I haven't said those words in so long, y'all. It's been months since I dropped the video, but it is a new year, so I was like, oh, why not drop some new content? Happy New Year to all my followers. If you're still here, y'all are real, because like I said, it's been a minute since I dropped the video. But like I said, new year, new content, trying to get more consistent. I have a lot more free time, so I definitely want to dedicate some of that free time to creating content for you guys, because I really do miss like being here on YouTube and just like talking to y'all. So I was like, it's a new year, why not drop a little Q&A video? So on my Instagram, I asked my followers to drop some questions. So I'm just going to be answering a few questions for you guys. So if you want to see what I have to say, then keep on watching. So with it being a new year, a lot of the questions that I received were about how I ended 2024, my plans for 2025. So I'm just going to answer a couple of those. So I'm going to be looking at my iPad so I can answer you guys' questions. Let me see. So the first question I got was 2024 good to you? Yes. Overall, yes. The fact that I made it to 2025 means that 2024 was great to me. But I will be honest and say that 2024 was one of like the hardest years of my life. Both professionally and personally. I went through a lot in the sense of a lot of growing, experienced a lot of things for the first time. If I can be very transparent, I experienced like real depression for the first time in my life in 2024. So that was a very eye-opening experience, because I know people who've experienced depression before, and you know, it's different when you haven't experienced it yourself. Like, you try to be there for people, but for me to experience it firsthand, I was like, okay, so like I see exactly what people are talking about. But thankfully it was just temporary, and I was able to pull myself out of that with the help of my friends and family. So but overall 2024 was pretty good. Had some great experiences, had some bad ones, but like I said, the fact that I made it to 2025 means that 2024 was great to me. Okay, so the next question deal with like work. So I'm just going to there's actually two questions like that, so I'm just going to combine them. So the first question I received was, are you working in your dream job at the moment? And also, what do you do for work? And do you enjoy it? And what are your long-term career plans? Just to answer all those questions, I am not working my dream job at the moment. I currently work for the Smithsonian Institution. I won't say which museum I work at. Do I enjoy it? Yes, but I do not want to work there long term. And as far as my long-term career goes, I've been saying this for years. I want to work in media. That's what I got my degree in. But if I had to say like my long-term plan or my dream job, it would be to have my own talk show. I've always wanted to work with celebrities, especially like in the Black media / news space. So that is my dream job. Before I get my own show, I want to do like red carpets, interviewing, things like that. I have a little bit of experience doing that with like working for HBCU Pulse and like doing some other things, but at the moment I'm not really like working in media right now. But that's definitely something I'm trying to do this year, is to really like take my time and to really focus and try and get a job working in media, because that's why I got my degree and that's ultimately what I'm passionate about. So that's the plan for the New Year's. But to answer your question, no, I'm not working my dream job at the moment, but I do enjoy the job that I have right now. So a lot of these questions are kind of like the same, or they touch on the same thing. So I'll probably end up just like killing two birds with one stone and like answering them at the same time. So I have a question about one thing I'm looking forward to in 2025, and then also any goals I have for 2025. One thing I'm looking forward to in 2025 is just to grow, both professionally and personally. I'm really taking this year to focus on myself, like trying to become a better person, and like I mentioned before, just really take this year to really finally put my best foot forward to start working in my career. I graduated 2 years ago, so at the moment, like, I've just been like working jobs, you know, just trying to like decompress from grad school, because if you've been in grad school, you know, like after you graduate you just happily have a job. So like now that it's been about 2 years, well, almost 2 years since I graduated, I definitely want to take this time now to really focus and really try to work in the industry, because that's ultimately what I want to do. So I don't know if I really answered that question. That's like really one thing that I'm looking forward to in 2025. Other goals I have for the year, I want to move out. So currently I live with my mom and my grandfather, and living with them is great, but I'm getting older. I want my own space. So that's like a big goal that I have for myself. So that's going to take a lot of hard work and planning. So that's probably the biggest goal I have for myself this year, outside of like strengthening my relationship with God, is to definitely move out and get my own place. I feel like once I change my job and, you know, really start working in my career, then I can focus on like moving out and getting my own place. But that's like one of my big goals for this year. What else? I have another goal, but I don't want to say it yet because like I haven't gotten to that question yet. But when I get to that question, I'll answer it. What are some more goals I have this year? Take more trips. I have a couple trips planned for the year. I think I have a question about that too. What else? I'm trying to think. Like, I really, like, when it came to like New Year, like I always do like New Year's resolutions, but this year I didn't do any. I think because I'm just like more so I'm just gonna tackle one thing at a time, because I feel like sometimes like when I try to like plan out or I make a list and I don't check everything off the list, like it makes me feel bad or I get stressed out. So I'm just, you know, taking everything like one day at a time. So like my first thing is trying to find a new job, working in my career field, and then I'm gonna move on to trying to like, you know, save for my own place and things like that. But other goals that I have for 2025, definitely take more trips, get another job in my career field, move out, strengthen my relationship with God. It's always like a big priority to me. Yeah, those are really my goals. Like nothing like too crazy this year. I just want to be happy, honestly. Like I said, 2024, even though I'm blessed to make it 2025, like 2024 was rough. There was definitely some very low points. So honestly, this year I just want to be happy. I just want to be the best person I can be, the best friend, the best daughter, whatever. I really just like want to be happy this year. So hopefully this year brings nothing but happiness and blessings. That's all I'm claiming, because I don't have time for nothing else. So I briefly mentioned travel plans, but that was also a question I got. This is from my friend Ivy. She said, yeah, she's back. Any travel plans for this year? I do have a couple travel plans. In June, my best friend Brittany and I are going to Chicago for Black Yacht Weekend. Brittany and I have been friends since the 7th grade, and we've never like taken like a best friend trip or like celebrated like our best friend anniversary. So we decided that this year that we were going to do it, because we've been friends for 15 years, which is very, very crazy. We met in 2010, so it's gonna be 15 years in September. So we were like, yeah, we're gonna take a nice little trip to Chicago, just her and I. That's something that we have planned for this year. I want to take a trip for my birthday. I'll be 27 this year, sexy 27. So I think I either want to go to New Orleans, or somewhere else. I don't know, like somewhere in the country for real. My friends and I were planning a trip, but you know how hard it is to get trips outside the group chat. We did it last year. We couldn't make it happen this year. You win some, you lose some. But that's all I have planned for right now. My mom and I said we want to take a trip somewhere because unfortunately I had to miss our Christmas trip because of work. So her and I was like, we were going to plan like a mother-daughter thing. But I don't know, y'all. If I have any more travel plans, I will for sure update y'all. But those are like the only two trips that I have planned this year. So definitely Chicago and possibly New Orleans for my birthday. I'm not like super stuck on New Orleans because I've been there for my birthday before, but it was fun and I want to go back. So I might choose somewhere else, but I'm not 100% sure yet. But like I said, if I have any more updates as far as travel plans, I will for sure tell y'all. Another question I got was, how do you practice self-care / self-love? Self-care, like when people think about self-care, they think, oh, I might take a bubble bath or I'm doing a facial or something like that. For me, self-care is whatever I feel like I need at the moment. That's what I do. I'm very big on treating myself, whether I'm happy, sad, whatever. So self-care to me is, let's just say I'm having a bad day or I just need to pick me up. And if I can in that space, I might go to Target, I might go to Sephora or Ulta, treat myself to a nice dinner. Those are ways that I show myself self-care. Sometimes it's just sitting in my bed watching TV, because like I'm constantly always on go. I'm constantly working, doing stuff with my friends. So it's like sometimes I just need that time to myself and just like do nothing. Like I'll just sit in the bed. What people say and rot. That's self-care to me. As far as self-love, my self-love journey has been a roller coaster, because growing up, like, I got bullied a lot. So it took me a long time to love myself and accept myself as the person I am. And even being 26, about to turn 27, I still have those moments where I'm just like, hi, I'm not feeling so hot, or like I just don't feel my best. So ways that I practice self-love is just remind myself that, just because I'm having a bad day or I don't feel my best that day doesn't mean that it's the end all be all. Doesn't mean that how I feel is set in stone. Just because I might feel ugly that day doesn't mean that I'm really ugly, because not even to my own horn. But the girl say ugly where? Buck and Wanda, they snapped. If y'all know who Buck and Wanda are, those are my parents. They snapped. So it's like self-love is very much like, it's never linear. Like it's just never constantly going up. It's really a roller coaster. Like I said, some days I feel super confident. Other days I don't want to get out the bed. But I just, especially as someone who's had issues like accepting their body, being a plus size person, one thing that I do, or I try to keep in mind, is that even though I might not feel the best about my body sometimes, I always recognize that my body does so much for me. That the body that I have allows me to go to work. It allows me to hang out with my friends. It allows me to be a great person. It fuels me. It allows me to eat the food that I love. So I just like, keep those kind of things in mind, like when I'm having those bad days. But as far as like self-love, self-care, I just do what I want to do. I'm very, like I said, when it comes to me, there's nothing I want to do for myself. Like I said, Sephora date, Ulta date, Target date, nice dinner, whatever I want, whatever Kaya wants, Kaya gets. And that's just something that I've always adopted, because life is just too short to be unhappy. So if this little trip to Ulta or eating my favorite food is going to make me happy in the moment, then why not? So practicing self-love and self-care is super important, because there's only one you. And like I said, life is way too short to be anything but happy. So do find those things that like you really do enjoy, and just simply just do them. Don't worry about what other people have to say about them. Whatever works for you, works for you. So the next question I'm going to answer says, what advice would you give to your younger self in your current phase in life? Oh, that is such a good question. If I could give younger Kaya any advice, I would just say it's so much easier said than done, but stop worrying, because worrying does nothing. It literally does nothing. I'm a very anxious person. I've always been like that. I've always been someone that like has a hard time just like staying in the moment. I'm always worried about what's gonna happen in the future, or like my next step, or like whatever. But I would just tell my younger self to just stop worrying. You're exactly where you need to be. I know it sounds corny and people say it all the time, but it's really a marathon, not a race. Don't compare yourself to others and what they got going on, whether that's your body, your career, your grades, whatever, because this is your life. Life is not a group project. It's only you. The only person you have to worry about is yourself. So don't worry about what the next person is doing, or don't worry about what the next person is not doing. All you can do is focus on you and do what you can. And even at 27, that 26, turning 27, that is something I'm still like learning, because I'm super hard on myself. I want so much out of life. And when I feel like I don't hit certain milestones, I low-key get mean, because I'm like, Kaya, like, you're 20 something, you're 26, you're 25, like you should be here, you should be doing this. But things happen in their own time, in their own right. And I always like to remember that the plan I have for me and the plan that God has for me are two different plans, and my plan will never be better than God's plan. So I'm learning to just sit back, relax, and let God take the wheel. Because, like I said, what He has in store for me doesn't compare to, like, what I have for myself or things I want out of life does not compare to what God has for me. So I'm gonna let Him do His big one. I'm not better than God. I'm gonna just let Him take the reins on this one. So that'll be my biggest piece of advice to my younger self, is just stop worrying and just do the best you can. Like, focus on what's happening in the moment. Don't worry about, like I said, other people and other things, because it's all going to pan out the way that it's supposed to. So yeah, I didn't get that many questions, or I did get a couple questions, but like I said, some of them were kind of like asking the same thing, so that's why I answered them like at basically like at the same time. So this video is gonna be like super short. It's not gonna be like OD short, but it's not gonna be like hella long either. So I only have a few more questions, and the reason why I'm laughing is because, so if you are someone who has your parents on social media, preferably Instagram, you may or may not like have them blocked from your story. I had my parents blocked from my story for the longest time, but like a couple months ago, I just like decided to like unblock them from my story and just like let them see whatever I post on there or whatever, because it was really nothing crazy. It was more so like in my younger years that I was like, they don't need to be on my story. I don't need them seeing like what me and my friends be doing. But so I recently allowed my parents to follow me on, like, to see my story. And so when I was asking questions, my dad asked a question, and when I saw what he asked me, I messaged him. I was like, "What you being messy for?" He's talking about something. "Oh, I thought these questions were anonymous." I said, "Daddy, no, I can see who asked the question." So the next two questions I'm about to answer, just know that one of them came from my dad. Because why he asking me this? Like, me and my dad talk often, and every time we talk, he brings up this topic and we talk about it. But why did you feel the need to ask me that in my YouTube video? So the next question is, how's your love life going? Slash, are you seeing anybody? If you've been here on this channel, follow me for a while, like, I've touched on like my love life before, and about like how I was just like really focused on, like my career and like everything else I got going on, and like how people say, like, when you least expect it, you'll meet someone. And I used to be like, yeah. The people who said that, y'all might ate with that one. Because yes, I am seeing somebody, and it definitely came out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it. It just kind of happened, and y'all, someone called the cops. I was telling this person, I was like, my friends know me, like, when it came to love, I was super hard, like, ugh, lover girls, yuck, blah blah blah. Just know I had to eat crow. I had to formally apologize to the lover girl community, because I don't even know who I am. And I'm trying not to smile. But yes, I am seeing someone, and I'm really happy. He makes me really happy. I don't want to like give out like too much information. Like, I ain't gonna tell y'all his name or nothing, or what he looked like. But cause it's been a long time coming, not gonna lie. Cause if you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, I am seeing someone. I'm really happy. We met a few weeks before my birthday last year. We met through a mutual friend, and we've been talking ever since. It's been really great. Him and I are so similar, but like, we're like the same person on like opposite sides of like the spectrum. But yeah, he makes me really happy. The only thing I can say that's like been kind of difficult is that we're long distance. I live here, and then he lives like way out of state. So we don't get to see each other as often as we would like to, but we'll be seeing each other really soon, which I'm super excited about. But yeah, I haven't been this happy in a long time. I'm honestly just learning. I've learned a lot in these like last few months that we've been talking. But yeah, I'm super happy. He makes me really happy. He was like, am I gonna get a cameo? I said, no. The people don't need to see you just yet. But, you know, as time moves on and, you know, like things become official, y'all might get to see him. Y'all might. If you follow me on Instagram, like y'all seen the back of his head already. That's all you're getting. That's all I got for y'all. But yeah, as far as my love life goes, I'm super happy. Once again, I honestly think that I highly underestimated the work that it takes to be in a relationship. Because it's hard work. It's really, really hard work. But when you find someone that's worth putting the work in for, it makes it so much easier. But yeah, I'm super happy, and I just like can't wait to see like how our relationship continues to grow and to blossom. And when I have the question about goals I have for like 2025, one of my goals was for us to see each other more. Because of his job, like we haven't been able to like really see each other. So hopefully this year, you know, we'll be able to like spend more time together, whether I go to where he is or he comes here. Yeah, that's a big goal that I have because that's my bookie. Y'all, like I said, this has been a long time coming. If you know me for real, I was very much DTN, very much outside, young and turned. Like, girl, I don't know. This is scary. This is really scary because this is not like me at all. But you know, like I said, he makes me very happy, and I'm happy with what I have. So, like I said, depending on how things go, y'all might get a little sneak peek. I don't know yet. If you saw the back of his head, that's all y'all got for right now. But that is all for my Q&A. Like I said, I got a couple of questions, but they were kind of asking the same thing, and I didn't want to keep on repeating myself. Let me make sure I answer everything, because I don't want to be like, you didn't answer my question. What are some of your major plans this year, professionally and personally? I answered that. To my friend Ivy, we're gonna see each other this year. Y'all, I met Ivy at Virginia State, and that's my girl, that's my baby mama, and like I haven't seen her since then. So Ivy, specifically for you, I'm going to make it a goal of mine to see you this year. But I answered all the questions. Y'all, with it being a new year, I really do want to like start rededicating my time back to YouTube, because like I really do miss it. I want to spend more time like really like doing stuff, going out, vlogging for you guys, so you can expect new content. I don't know how often yet. Like I said, I'm kind of in the middle of changing jobs, so depending on what my new job is and how my schedule is, then that will kind of like determine what my new film schedule will be. But I definitely wanted to film something for you guys, with it being a new year. I don't know if I said Happy New Year, but if I didn't, Happy New Year, y'all. It's 2025. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, thank you for being here. Thank you for riding with me. And you guys can follow me at Kaya on Fire on Instagram, Twitter, here on YouTube. I would say TikTok, but they're getting ready to take TikTok away from us. But yeah, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.